The holidays are approaching. I mean, I have my Christmas tree up, and I thought I would make a holiday gift guide for book lovers because I'm a book lover. I am friends with some book lovers, and sometimes, you know, you need some ideas for what to give people for the Christmas season or the holiday season. And so I have made an extensive gift guide. It has 4 categories because I'm here to save the day. I'm here to single-handedly save the holidays. So if you're stressing, don't stress out anymore. I've got you covered. Let's go. Okay, so the 4 categories. The first category is the obvious gifts because, I mean, there are obvious gifts that I'm low-key concerned that you haven't thought about before. But maybe you want more unique gifts, not the obvious gifts. And maybe you have money to spare. So now we have for the fancy nancies. The fancy nancies are the people who have money, who can spend a lot of money on gifts. So next, fun vibes. These are just fun. They're useful gifts. They're all around great gifts. And then the last category is spread joy, and in quotations, less work, because these are easy gifts. It's just kind of you pressing a button and then you're done. So okay, so the first obvious gift, I mean, no shit, it's books. What book lover doesn't want a book? I would be a little concerned if someone's calling themselves a book lover and doesn't want a book as a gift. I'd be like, first step is to check if this person has an Amazon wish list, because if they do, then honestly, it's so easy. You can just purchase a book that's on that wish list. So simple. Now, if they don't, you're gonna have to bring it up in conversation. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I just read about this book. Like, isn't it so interesting? And then they go like, oh, that book, no. Okay, then you know not to get that book. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my God, I'm adding it to the TBR. Now you know to buy that book, you know? So you're gonna have to do a little bit of that. Oh, also check Goodreads TBR. You have to make sure that they don't put the books they physically have on their TBR, that they just put like books they want. You can also check Goodreads. So first of all, check Amazon and Goodreads, and then have the awkward conversations. Next, this is kind of obvious, kind of not. Annotated copy of your favorite book. So for example, you purchase an additional copy of a book that you adored, you reread it, and while you reread, you add notes in the margins and you add little flags and you personalize it, right? So, and then when you give it as a gift, it's just a fun time because the person is not only reading the book that you adore and then you can have a conversation about it, but they're also reading the little notes you left. So it's very personalized, it's very funny. Like if you're like, what the fuck? When you're reading the book, they can see that and they're like, they're gonna laugh, you know? Always a fun time. I love annotated and personalized copies of books. Next, a special edition of their favorite book. I recently acquired a special edition of Evocation by S.T. Gibson, and I adore it. I'm not a special editions gal, but even if they're not a special editions person, like they're gonna appreciate a special edition. They're so pretty. You can find a lot of them on eBay. If you don't know their favorite book, that might be an issue. Stick to an easier gift. But if you do know, or if they won't stop talking about a specific book, try to see if they have a special edition from any brand like Fairy Lou or Illumicrate, stuff like that. Go on eBay first, and if you can't find anything, sometimes the brand that made the special edition will have some backstock on their website. You can order it on the website. So, and then the last one in the obvious gift category is bookmarks. Like bookmarks are kind of obvious. There's this brand that makes the cutest stationery ever on Etsy. I'm gonna put it right here. They have such cute bookmarks. Like I'm obsessed with these bookmarks, but honestly, you can hand make bookmarks. Like that would be very cute. Local bookstores often have bookmarks, and Etsy honestly has anything arts and craftsy. You can go to Etsy and you'll find a bunch of stuff. But yeah, bookmarks are always fun. Like it's always nice to have some good bookmarks, you know? Okay, now for the fancy nancies. These are the people who have money to spare. The first thing you can get for the person that you're trying to shop for is a Kindle. Now, if they have mentioned that they don't want a Kindle, like don't buy them a Kindle, you know? But if they're a big reader and have kind of been like looking into getting a Kindle, there's a bunch of different Kindles. My personal favorite is like the mini Kindle, not just because it's like very cheap, or it's not very cheap, but it's the cheapest, but also because I like reading on very small gadget things. Like I'm currently reading on my iPad and I just think it's too big, you know? Like I actually prefer to read on my phone compared to my iPad. But some people do prefer a bigger screen. So you can look at all the different Kindle options they have on Amazon. They also have like different Kindle cases. I've seen people decorate their Kindle cases with like stickers and pop sockets and stuff like that. So if you want to go and do the whole shebang, you can do like a Kindle basket and get them the Kindle and then the Kindle pop socket and then the Kindle whatever, like all that stuff. You can be bougie, you can do all that. But the cheapest Kindle is already $110. So it's not like the cheapest gift ever, especially in this economy. But if you want to give them a very special gift, they'll appreciate a Kindle. Also, Kindle does like a first 3 months of free Kindle Unlimited, so you can add that to the bundle, and then like that'll be like an extra little gift, you know. Another thing you can do is even more personalized, in my opinion. You can do a shopping spree / shopping challenge. So basically you can go into a store and tell the person that you're like gifting, you have 5 minutes to grab any book that can fit in your arms, you know. Or if you want to be a little kinder, you can give them like 2 baskets and be like, 5 minutes to fill up these baskets to the brim, and then they have to like run around the store. This can get super pricey though, especially if the person knows like where they're going and what they're doing and exactly which books they want. I've seen some people do this challenge and like the totals end up being like $700, $800, which is very expensive. But like if you adore the person that you're giving these gifts to and you have the money and they would love this, and like this is very personalized and also very fun, because it can not only like they can look forward to the day and then look forward to like the actual challenge and then look forward to all the books they get. And also this is a way to make sure that they obviously love the books they're getting because they're the ones picking them out, you know. So you can do that. You can also do like, there's like cheaper versions of doing it. Like you can tell them like you can pick out 5 books, or you can like spin a wheel like on their phones. There's like different apps you can like spin a wheel, and like the first 3 categories that they give you, like you can pick out a book or something like that, you know. It doesn't have to be like a whole thing, but if you make it a whole thing, know that it can be very pricey. Another pricey thing is a first edition of a book, or a book that's no longer in print. There's some books like, you know, like Dune, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. They came out with their first editions when they first published the book many years ago, and now they're no longer in print, so they cost a lot of money because you have to buy them secondhand from resellers and everything. I know there's like a whole thing. I don't personally support Sarah J Maas, but I know that one of her series got like redesigned, and people like resell that series for like a lot of money, the original covers. So there's a bunch of books that they do that, and especially if they love the book, like if they're a humongous Dune fan, you can try to track down like a first edition copy, because that would be very special. Like if you're a very big fan of a specific book or a specific fan base, or you're part of a specific fan base, getting a first edition, getting a rare book is insanely special. So I would look into that also if you have some money to spare. Another thing, this is kind of like not fully reading, but it's something that I kind of want. I'm not gonna get because I feel foolish spending the money, but you can get them the magazine of like for example Vogue, like a Vogue magazine of the month and the year they were born. So I'm born September 2006. So they could get me like a September 2006 cover of Vogue, you know, depending on the years. Like 2006 was kind of recently, like it was 18 years ago, which like obviously almost 2 decades ago, but like compared to if you were born in like the 80s, like maybe it's a lot harder to track down those copies because it was a long time ago. But yeah, already the copies of the September 2006 issue that I was looking at, which is actually a really good copy, like I'll put it on here, but it's already like 200 plus on eBay. So these are it's already expensive. But if they're really into fashion and they're really into it, like that's a cool gift idea because it's very unique. Like I don't know a lot of people who own the Vogue issue, or it can even be like Elle or like any editorial magazine they like. But yeah, that's really fun because it's like very personalized. Okay, this one's kind of random. But if they're in need of more storage space, you can get them more shelves, like new shelves, and also you can like help them build the shelves, you know? Or if they got new shelves and they hate building things, you can like tell them, you give them like a little coupon of like, next time you need something to be built, like I'll come and build your shelves or something like that. Target has good shelves and IKEA has good shelves. I have seen a lot of people also have like those TBR cards. You can get them at where can you get them? Michael's and also Amazon and stuff like that. Buying like furniture and stuff, it's always a purchase that you don't really want to do. So if someone does it for you during the holiday season, I would really appreciate it, and I feel like a lot of people would appreciate it, because low-key I use the holidays to kind of like ask for things I've wanted all year long, and also useful things that I just don't want to spend my money on. So this is very specific, but if they're like me and entering their booktuber era, they might want a camera. I film on my phone and it's not bad, but I feel like I would be so professional if I had a camera, and I would love a camera. And maybe if they're entering their booktuber phase, they would also love a camera. Cameras are super mega expensive. We're still in the fancy Nancy category, so, but I mean, they're useful because they can, when you travel or when you, like, for anything. The last thing, this is kind of specific to if the person does like book journaling or just journaling and scrapbooking in general, but there's this really cool like device from Canon, the Canon Selfie, I think GX20. And this is basically like a portable little image printer, so it prints out little images on like a Polaroid kind of material, and then normally it's like a sticker, so you can stick it to anything you put on. I had one, it did kind of die, or like I think the ink died, I don't know, the ink no longer was working, but I recently discovered this one, the Canon one, and it's 150 bucks, so it is quite expensive, but typically these do last quite a long time, and especially if your person does a lot of like scrapbooking and likes printing out like the images and stuff, this is very useful. A new category, if you're broke and you're now saved, you don't have to do the fancy Nancy, because we are doing fun vibes. Fun vibes are like book related things, but not necessarily very bookish, you know? So first one, crochet book sleeve. It is kind of bookish, you know? This one is something you can either hand make. If you're hand making it, chop because the holiday season is approaching. They also have a bunch on Etsy. I don't know if I'd necessarily order like a crochet thing from like Amazon, but also another thing, so you can use like TikTok as like Google and like search up crochet sleeves, and one, they'll give you a pattern. There's also YouTube tutorials for patterns, and two, sometimes the people on TikTok who make them like for people will advertise their small business, and so you can purchase from the small businesses. I don't personally have like any small businesses on the top of my head, but I do know that a lot of people do that, and it's really like cute because you can put like the books in the sleeves, and so like the corners of the books don't get like torn if you put them in a bag or something like that, so that is fun. Okay, next gift idea is a bullet journal. Now bullet journals are basically just like notebooks, but instead of being lined, they're dotted, so that's easier to draw and do grids and stuff like that. I have had a bullet journal for a super long time, but I'm very inconsistent with it. So I have like had 2 or 3 bullet journals, and they span like 6 or 7 years because I use the same journal for many years. Person is into drawing and scrapbooking and all that. Bullet journals are so fun to make reading journals, like reading spreads, everything you read, to document everything. I just love it. I find it so relaxing, and there are a bunch that you can just like buy on Amazon. I typically get mine from Amazon, but there's also like more fancy ones on Etsy, of course. And also this YouTuber Amanda Rachel Lee has her own like bullet journal, and also kind of like, she calls it a journal, but it's kind of a bullet journal, but it's already like made, so all the person really has to do is color it in. I'll put like an image right here, but they're very cool, so if you think you'll be interested in that, I do recommend bullet journals. To go with the bullet journals, or just in general, crafting and journaling supplies like Tombow pens are always super fun. My liners are great. There's certain like calligraphy pens that are super good. My favorite pens ever are, I forget what they're called, but I'll put them up here. They're so good. They're like really good for also just like writing. Stickers, of course. I'm gonna put two of my favorite like shops of like their designs up here. I love these stickers, but Etsy is your best friend for anything like DIY and journaling. You can search up, I'm sure if you even search up these stores, they'll give you like recommended stores based on this like vibe. But I love this art style and I love everything about it. If you like something like a different art style, you can go on Etsy. They have a bunch of really cute stickers. Looking for like more like emoji-ish type stickers, the Coffee Monster Co., who is also on YouTube, has like really cute stickers for journaling and planning. So those are very cute and I do recommend that as well. I don't know why I'm like out of breath, low-key. Like I feel like you guys can hear that I'm out of breath. I don't know why. Another cool thing that I've like found out through TikTok are these library stamps. So basically some of them use like ink. Others are like, I don't know, they're like metal and you press it down on the page and it like leaves the stamp, but it's not really a stamp because it's like encrusted in the sheet, you know? They're really cool. I've seen them on TikTok. So if you search up library stamp on TikTok, they will give you a whole bunch, and then there's like small shops that sell theirs individually. Also, Etsy has a bunch. I searched it up earlier to make sure. I'm sure Amazon has them. They're probably like knockoffs and whatever, but if you are last minute gift giving and all of that won't arrive in time, Amazon is the place to go. It's also a good gift if they like always lend out their books to people so like the people can know that the book belongs to that person and to get it back to them. Other things that are useful are tote bags for when you go to the library or the bookstore, just in general. There's a bunch of, once again, nice designs on Etsy, and also like your library will likely have tote bags. Barnes and Nobles has tote bags. There's like you can find tote bags everywhere basically. And then also mugs and candles, super fun for like the holiday. You can get like pine needle, like scented. You can also get like sugar cookies. There's a bunch. You can also go to Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Marshalls and TJ Maxx has a lot of candles and a lot of mugs. And Target also has really cute Christmas mugs. So that's good for the teas and all the hot chocolates they're gonna drink while reading. Other things, room sprays. I personally love like spraying room sprays all over the room before I go and I like sit down to read, because I like smelling things, so sometimes I don't like to just leave a candle unattended. So if they have like kids, you know, and like they don't really leave candle unattended, or like pets, because I have kittens and they like to climb everywhere, so sometimes I'm like scared with the candle. So you can get room sprays because it basically does the same thing as a candle. I do like the Mrs. Meyer's room sprays. They're very cheap. They're at Target, so I would also look into those. The last little things are reading lights. I have a little reading light that when my sister wants to go to bed and I want to keep reading, I just attach to the book and it's really useful. I will put the one I have here and I'll also link it down below in the description. But Amazon has a bunch of little reading lights. They're rechargeable and they work really well. So the one I use works quite well. If you put it on the maximum brightness though, the light it loses its light very quickly, so you do have to charge it. But I like that you just have to charge it, and it uses the same charger as like a computer. It's the USB-C charger, I think. So it's very simple. You just like plug it in and it'll be charged in like a couple hours. And it's like very small. It can fold a lot and can go like all the way over and all the way back. So yeah, it's like a good little stocking stuffer, or I don't know, if you want to make like a whole basket full of like bookish things, it's a good little addition. Other thing, bookish merch. This is not bookish merch, but there's sweatshirts and shirts and everything. There's this brand that I've heard a lot, Literature Stitches, which is based in the UK though, and they do say that it's too late to purchase something for it to arrive by Christmas time, but you can always purchase a gift card and then they can pick out the like sweatshirt or the merch that they like after Christmas, which is a little less fun, but like at least they'll be able to pick out what they specifically liked. I've seen that the quality of the sweatshirts are also really good, but there's of course a lot of different websites. Once again, Etsy has it down. I think your best friend is going to be Etsy, because Etsy has just the best things, the best like unique crafty things that readers like always enjoy. Last thing is a water bottle. Low-key, whenever I'm reading, I get so thirsty and like I like sipping and reading. I don't know why. This is my water bottle. It's actually my mom's. It has a little sticker here. I got this off of Amazon. It's the Takeya water bottle. This is the 24 ounces. They have like the really big ones like 32 and I think even like 48. But it's really useful. It has like the little thing you can carry like that. I got the one where it's like zippy thing, but there's a bunch of different tops. And also the other fun thing is that you can buy just the top and then like a different water bottle. So one if you want to mix and match the colors, but also if you want like one day to have the sippy, the other day to have like another type of like thing. And this keeps your water so cold. It's not too heavy. It's like a little bit heavy, but not really. It doesn't chip. Like it's very nice. So yeah, if they're looking for a water bottle, I always love sipping on water. Okay, now the last category is spreading joy and doing less work, because this one is subscriptions and gift cards and donations. So honestly, you don't have to buy anything really, because it's just gonna be doing things in the name of the person that you're giving the gift to. First one, subscription to book boxes. There's like boxes like Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, Afterlight, I think, just Owl Crate, bunch of book boxes where they do monthly special editions of books. So every month a book is like sent to the person and it's like special editions, so it's super beautiful. I think some of them allow you to like cancel certain months, so if the person doesn't want that specific book they can cancel. If not, they can always like resell the book. But these typically range from like 20, 25 to like 30, 35 a month. So it is kind of pricey if you do like a whole yearly thing. It is very special. I would adore if someone got me a bookish box subscription, because yeah. You have to take into account that some of them have like wait lists. I know that Fairy Loot has a wait list, so I think right now it's like many months of waiting to finally get accepted. So you're not going to get accepted for Fairy Loot, but for some of the other ones you'll get accepted. And especially if the person has mentioned it to you before, how they like special editions and stuff, I think this is worth it. The other subscription is to Kindle Unlimited or Audible. Audible is like an audiobook subscription, and then Kindle Unlimited is what like Amazon and Kindle have. So basically they have like access to a whole bunch of books. It's like a whole database. You subscribe per month. I think it's like $11.99 per month, and you have access to all the books for the entire month. I think if the person reads a lot, it's really worth it. If they only read like 1 or 2 books in this like per month from the subscription, it's not that worth it, because that basically means like each book is like $11.99 for an ebook, because these are for ebooks. Some books actually are only published on Kindle Unlimited. I don't really know how that works, but some books I wanted to read I can only find on Kindle Unlimited, and then since I don't have a subscription I just can't read, so this kind of sucks. Another thing is like subscription to their favorite magazine. Going back to the thing I was talking about earlier about the editorial magazines, if they're into like Elle or Vogue or Dazed or stuff like that, magazine subscriptions are always very fun because you don't have to pay for it on your own. I feel like sometimes like they're the first things that get canceled when you're trying to save some money, but they're a really good gift because like you still want it, you just don't want to spend the money on it. I also use some of those magazines after that I'm done reading them to do scrapbooking and to include them in my journals and stuff, so multi-purpose. Another thing is a subscription to their favorite creators' Patreon. A lot of bigger creators on here have Patreons, which is like it's kind of like website, I guess, where they post like extra books and extra like live stream contents, and they have like book clubs and everything. Most of them kind of are from like, some of them are like $1 or $2, but most of them are around like $5 to $10 a month. I'm subscribed to one Patreon that's $5 a month. I just use my Apple Cash. Those are really fun because you can join like live streams, and like if you're the person that you are like giving these gifts to, it doesn't really have like an in-person group that enjoys reading and like isn't really part of like in-person book clubs and stuff, and they want to be more in that space, they can join, and there's like it's a whole community of readers, and it's really fun, especially if you're trying to find like more reader friends. And some of my favorite creators that do it, I'll put them up here. I'm currently subscribed to Mel Reads. I do also know that Ellen Catherine does it. Another obvious kind of one is a gift card. I mean, gift card to Amazon, to Barnes & Nobles, to their local bookstore, to Kindle, to Apple Books, you know. They're not as personalized, but at the same time, if you're person is a mega reader, they might not really care because all they hear is that like, oh, I now have $50 or $100 to spend on books, and like that's always fun to get. The last two things are donating money in the name of the person. So the first thing is donating money to their local library or their library branch. I know that my library system is always kind of asking for some donations because they do have to keep the library system running. It's obvious libraries are obviously not for profit and they have to keep getting the books. So they're always asking for a little donation, especially towards this time of year. So if the person like uses the library a lot and they really love their library system and all that, I think it would be like a really nice gesture to donate to the library or the library system. If someone said that they donated to my library in my name, I'd be like, that's cute as fuck, because not only does that show that you like listen to them because you know they love reading and they love libraries, but it's such like a personalized and like spreading joy. Like not only are you spreading joy to the person that you're gifting this gift to, but also to the community, because everyone in the community is going to benefit from the donations. So I think that's just a really cute gift. And then the last one is if you have any books you can donate to elementary or middle or high schools. They're always in need of more books. If you have any of that, you can donate those books, or you can also donate money to teachers. So if the person has been looking to declutter their books and unhaul certain books and then donate them, you can obviously help them unclutter or declutter and help them unhaul the books, and then even like bring them to the Goodwill or you bring them to the schools or whatever. I think a lot of the time like the hassle of having to like go and donate the books or having to go and sell the books is obviously something that kind of prevents some people from going out and donating or doing all that, because it does take a lot of time. So if you volunteer to help them out or even to do the bulk of the work, then not only are you gonna do a good thing for society and the community because you're helping donate things, but you're also helping the person out because they decluttered their house and they're ready for the new year. So that is my entire gift guide. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is a very awkward position. I'm also getting like low-key choked out by this hoodie. Oh, okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and also liking the video. I really appreciate you guys. I'm so excited to celebrate the holiday season with you guys, with my bookmas and all of that. I hope you enjoyed the recommendations. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I inspired at least one person to buy one of these gifts for a loved one, because I spent a good 35 minutes doing this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys a lot, and I will see you in my next video, which is gonna be a very exciting video. Bye bye, cookies. Bye bye. Oh, you're escaping. Okay, I got him back. I got him stuck again. Bye.